Hi guys, today I want to tell you a very personal story. And I'm from Ukraine, from a city called Chernihiv, and I had to leave my country when the full scale war started in February 2022 in my country. And based on the latest news, um, and based on everything that is going on right now in this world, I felt like maybe my story could help at least one person in this world to not feel like completely alone. Everything that's going on right now in this world, this fucked up world, it sometimes might be nice to hear someone's story to kind of like reflect on it and think about and feel less stressed if it's possible. Before the full scale war, I didn't believe that it's possible, which is weird because the war started in 2014. But somehow for me, I was quite little back then. How old was I? When it started, I was 12. So I didn't really understand what's going on. And even like when I kind of like grew up, um, I still didn't actually. I kind of like get used to the situation. Yeah, I didn't really pay attention to all that stuff back then. So I didn't really believe that it's something that is possible. I remember people were saying that it would start in 16th of February, and I had a tattoo appointment in 17th, and I had that tattoo appointment. And I was just like, yeah, I mean, it was just some fake news, and everyone just freaked out because of nothing. Mm, but I was very wrong, and just in a week, less than a week, the full scale war started, and my life completely changed since that moment. I remember I woke up very early, and but I don't really know why I woke up, because it's not like I heard like a sound, but thought that something like, I don't know, my neighbors dropped something. I don't know. It was very like, it wasn't loud at all, so I didn't pay attention to that sound. And yeah, I just thought that something was like dropped, or it's like neighbors and etc. Yeah, I woke up very early, and all of my family woke up at the same time. And then I opened my Instagram and I seen like plenty of DMs from my friends, and already was something unusual for me because like I do not really talk to my friends every day, and seeing like plenty of messages, I was just like at like 6, or I don't know, may I feel like I woke up at like 5 or 6 a.m. and I seen those DMs at like midnight, 4 a.m., 6 a.m., and all of my friends saying the same thing, that the war just started. And I was just like, what? Like, I was just like, what do you mean? Some of my friends started saying that uh, we're already on our way, like, we're leaving Ukraine, we're like at the border or somewhere else. Some of my friends started saying that we are packing our stuff, and I told my mom that some of my friends are already like packing or leaving, and my mom says, "Okay, we have to pack our backpacks as well." Mm, and I remember that I only like I put like documents, my phone, like a charger, and that's it. I was just like, what else do I need? I remember that I put for some reason plenty of white t-shirts because I had no idea what I need. Like, I was just like, I'm not gonna put a lot of stuff because if something gonna happen bad and I have to run away, I'm not gonna like I do not need a heavy backpack. And yeah, I just put a few like obviously like some underwear, some socks, and a few like white t-shirts, because I was just like, yeah, I mean, what else do I need? Should we just wait? And nobody still, I can say that people were thinking that it's something serious, because a lot of people were still thinking that civilians are not going to be touched, and maybe some quite important like military objects kind of just gonna be target, and what's gonna be next nobody knew. And I remember that, yeah, I mean, some people still believe that civilians not gonna be touched and nobody gonna be injured or killed and etc. um but then we all were so wrong. I stayed in Geneva for about like 2 weeks, and but to be honest, I couldn't feel the time at all. Sometimes it felt like just one long day. Sometimes it felt like it's going for years. I completely lost the feeling of the time. And yeah, sometimes I went to the basement, sometimes I stayed at my place. Um, During this time, I could tell already, not maybe not all the time, but I could understand from the sounds where it's like mm, our defense or it's something coming towards us, and the sounds were very scary and crazy. And every time when there were like sirens, everyone would freak out and went to like their basement, or some people wouldn't have like a shelter or basements at their places, so they would just hide between two walls. And yeah, people were trying to save their lives the way they could. Sometimes it was very hard for me to be around people that are panicking. I mean, I understand all those feelings, but when you're, like, for example, in the basement and you're surrounded by some neighbors and some of them are panicking and mm, screaming all the time when there is some sounds or sirens, explosions, it you like you still all of us were still obviously very worried and scared, but I couldn't be around those people for a long time because it just pissed me off. It was so annoying for me. It was so hard to be around those people, because the best thing that you can do, in my humble opinion, is just stay calm and yeah, and just follow kind of like the instructions that can help you to save your life, because you still have to manage and learn how to stay focused and calm in the situations like this. Because if you cannot deal with that stress well, you wouldn't be able to think logically when something bad can if something bad would happen, you wouldn't be able to do the right decisions. And obviously no one knows how to react in the situation like this. No one was prepared to the situation like this. And of course you cannot be 100% sure how you're going to react to the um, explosions and to stress, and when there is a danger and when there is a possibility that you can die. Everyone would react absolutely different, and it's totally understandable. And actually it's might be even healthy for you to try to deal with the emotions the way you can. There is no right or wrong way how to react to the stuff like this, but I'm just talking about my experience. And yeah, for me, it was hard to be surrounded by those people. Sometimes I just didn't want to go to the basement mm, just because of those panicking people around me. It was very hard for me mentally and emotionally to be around them. Then something hit our building. It was some kind of missile that blows up in the air into like small tiny pieces. I'm not sure exactly. It's not like I started be experts in all the stuff after the full scale war. Um, maybe I maybe it would be quite important knowledge for me, but it's enough. It's still enough of information that I got from all that experience. Anyways, I remember that some windows blew up at our neighbors' places, or doors were gone. There were no like really bad injuries, and everyone was safe in general. But I remember that we didn't even have time to get to the basement because the siren was at the same time when the missile blew up and hit the building. So yeah, it was actually at 2 a.m. when people were sleeping at their houses, their places. And just for the record, we didn't have any very like we didn't have any like uh important military places around us at all. So they were targeting civilians. But I more want to talk about how I reacted to all of this. I remember for some reason I started texting to my close friends and like loved ones about what happened, because for some reason in my mind it was like I was always trying to keep my friends updated just in case if I would be gone, if something would happen bad to me, like they still could understand or somehow track me, or I don't know, something, somehow they could understand the situation. I don't know why, but for some reason it was very important for me. And I remember I was taking pictures, and also just in case if something would be bad, like if something bad would happen to me or I would be dead, people that would find my phone, they could use it as kind of like documentary or something like this, like my photos. um yeah, for some reason I was thinking about that during all the time. I don't know even why, but I felt like it's very important. Then I left my hometown and I spent 2 more weeks in the another part of Ukraine. Um, and I was waiting for the UK's visa. Mm, I remember that the moment I got the UK's visa, I started crying for, didn't stop crying for like 5 days. I mean, the moment I got the visa, I left like the next day or a day after. And I remember from the moment I got the visa and for a few couple of days in the UK, I couldn't stop crying. I feel like I was crying like maybe every hour, maybe every 2 hours for like 4 or 5 days. I didn't want to leave Ukraine. I didn't want to leave my family. I didn't want to leave my house because it felt like someone forced me. And I mean, it was like this. People, basically, the situation forced me to leave my house. Why am I supposed to leave my home? I felt so angry and I felt so desperate. I felt so, yeah, it just was so unfair. And I remember that I was so scared that mm, my hometown would be occupied by Russia. I remember that I was literally thinking about, like, I remember I was literally pictured, like, imagine the situation if I would stay there and Russians would occupy my hometown. I I remember that I was thinking I would rather be dead than I would live mm, in Russia. Like, it was like a nightmare to me. And I remember that when I got to the UK, in the end of the March, and my birthday is and in the end of May, and I was sure that I will be back, and I will celebrate my birthday in Ukraine. I was so sure, like I was just like, of course, like 100%, I will be back and I will celebrate my birthday in Ukraine, my hometown, with my friends and family. Not gonna lie, the immigration was very hard for me. Mm, it's like was very hard. I remember. I don't remember the first months in England at all. Um, I just remember that I started eating a lot of fast food and I started even drink alcohol quite often. I mean, often for me, because now I do not drink alcohol at all, but back then I remember I could have like one, two drinks, one or twice in a week for like 2 months, which is crazy for me. Like that's a lot. That's too much. I didn't even enjoy it and I didn't like the food that I was eating. Like I remember I was eating quite a lot of fast food and stuff, like a lot of sweets and so on and so forth. Mm, but I just realized that probably my body just needed very fast dopamine, and it was like the only ways that I could get it. That my brain told me that yeah, you can actually do this and that to get the feeling of some excitement. And for the first year and a half, I remember I was crying every week, like me at least 4 times a week. And it's not like I was just crying. It was till the moments when my heart would start beating so fast that I would just get scared, and that was the only reason why I would stop crying. I tried to do some therapy during this time, but it didn't help me. I was looking for some stability from the outside world, and I didn't feel it inside. Honestly, I barely remember that period. I barely remember people that I met during this period. Barely remember places that I went. Uh, I can remember all of that only due to my camera roll. That's it. Like if I didn't take pictures of all those places, I probably wouldn't remember them. And also, I was very ashamed of the fact that I left my home country, that I left my family. And I remember just in general leaving Ukraine, leaving hometown. I felt so ashamed. I felt like I'm betraying someone. I was so ashamed to tell some of my friends that I was still there, that I'm leaving, or yeah, in general, like I just felt so bad about the fact that I'm not there. And it also was the reason why I felt kind of like ashamed talking to the therapist because they were all from Ukraine and they all stayed there. And I felt very uncomfortable talking to them. It's not like they were judging me or something. I just felt this way. Um, yeah, because I felt like all of my problems are not that important because I'm not there. Like, and they're just basically trying to save their lives, and here I am in England sitting and just crying because like I don't feel happy anymore for a year and a half. it just didn't feel right. I completely forgot how it feels like to be happy. I could feel those little moments of happiness for like a short, very period, like for a very short periods of time, like for a couple of minutes. I don't know, because before the war, I could actually enjoy this life. I could feel happiness and joy only because of looking at the trees, at the sky, like talking to people around me, and I was genuinely happy. But after everything that happened to me, I just forgot, and I really wanted to come back to that state of well-being when you actually enjoy this life. I'm not sure if I cannot tell that I get to this point, but it's still definitely much better than it was during the first years after leaving the Ukraine. After leaving Ukraine, but I remember when I started doing yoga, like yoga classes, not like watching just YouTube videos or something like this. I was going to yoga classes and it actually helps me so much. Um, yeah, it's something that helped me to bring myself back, at least somehow. I guess it just gave me something that I lost, a connection to my own body, a connection to myself, to start trying listening to myself again and understand what I'm feeling in the moment and slowing down. And I didn't want to share this to, I don't know, to get some sympathy or to make people feel sorry for myself. Not at all. Based on the latest news, I just felt like there is so many people that can feel the same way and can go through the same feelings and thoughts and situations in their life. And I genuinely wanted to record this video so maybe some people would feel not alone. But honestly, I cannot say that I feel like I have a home anymore, even like I can go back to Ukraine. But every time when I come back, that everything is changed and it doesn't feel the same way anymore, which makes me really sad. I love Ukraine with all of my heart, and I can say that I found a real home um, in the UK in the way like I could stay and live here, or I don't know where I want to live in general. Like, I have no idea. And in this sense, I'm just trying to go with the flow. But the only thing that I can tell for sure is your home is where your family is. So, whenever your family goes to, or whenever it's based in, it's the place where you can actually feel like you're at home. So if there are some people that are going through something similar right now, I just probably want to tell you that yeah, obviously it doesn't get better overnight. It needs a lot of time to get back to yourself, to find the stability again. Maybe it's never gonna happen. Maybe we just need to learn how to accept those unstable and uncertain world. But yeah, life is unpredictable, and we have to learn how to deal with it. And you definitely need to give yourself some time for adapting and for accepting your new life. And I was lucky enough to um, be able to come back to my family to talk to them. I know that there are plenty of people that have lost their families, and it's scary. I don't know how it might feel like, but I definitely know that you gonna be the only person where you always will be able to find some stability, and the only place the stability really comes from is your inside world. So the best thing that you can do is trying to step by step, trying to is to try step by step to find the way back to yourself, no matter how hard it might be, especially at the beginning. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, thank you guys for listening, and stay safe, stay true to yourself, and take care.